There's a vampire at my front door, looking rather pale, holding out a clipboard and a bit of legal mail. He says, "I'm here on business, sir, I've got a court decree." I said, "You're still a vampire, mate, you're not getting past me." He flashed a shiny warrant and a badge upon his chest, said, "I'm Constable Dracula, and I'm simply doing my best." I checked the ancient vampire rules that everybody knows, and apparently the legal status nobody quite knows. Can a vampire come inside? The lawyers can't decide. If he's got a warrant signed, does supernatural law get overruled this time? Can a vampire cross the mat? No, nobody agrees on that. The legal books and horror lore are having a civil war. What if he's the pizza guy delivering my tea? I shout, "Just leave it by the door." But then he says to me, "To confirm the order, sir, I need you to say please." Next thing you know, he's in the hall attacking my kidneys. What if he's a firefighter and the kitchen's all ablaze? Does he stand outside politely while the house becomes a haze? "Sorry, mate," says Count Vlad, "I'd save your cat and TV, but without an invitation, there's not much I can do, you see." Can a vampire come inside? The lawyers can't decide. If he's saving lives today, do the spooky bylaws get waved away? Can a vampire cross the mat? No, nobody agrees on that. The legal books and horror lore are having a civil war. What if he's an Amazon driver with a parcel for the wife? Does leave with neighbor accidentally grant him entry rights? What if I shout, "Come in," while talking to my cat? Can Dracula exploit a loophole and argue over that? What if he's a burglar too? That's quite a shocking twist. A vampire breaking into homes seems somewhat contradictory, at least. "Excuse me while I rob you, sir, but first I must inquire. Would you kindly grant permission?" said the very polite vampire. A vampire tax inspector came and knocked upon my gate. He said, "You've underpaid your council tax from 2008. I said, "You're not coming in." He said, "Fair enough, that's fine." Then he sat outside for 14 years and audited me online. Can a vampire come inside? The lawyers still can't decide. Police, postmen, fire crews too, nobody knows what vampires can legally do. Can a vampire cross the mat? The courts haven't ruled on that. Until they do, I'll lock the door and ignore all immortal law enforcement corps. So if a vampire officer arrives with paperwork one night, I'd recommend you Google it before you turn on the light. Because if the undead start practicing law, we're all in trouble then. Especially if Count Dracula passes the bar exam.